Hey guys, Film Geek back. It's been a long time, but I just saw an exclusive private screening of the new horror movie, The Black Phone, and it was amazing. It was so creepy, great actors, and I just loved it. I thought Scream, the you know this one, Scream 5. I thought that would be my favorite horror of this year, but I was so wrong. This is funny, it's creepy, it's dramatic, and oh my god, it's just the greatest movie of 2022 I've seen so far. I want to see Elvis as well, but since I'm not really into like true real life stories and stuff, I do think I still remain this as my favorite movie because it's so cool. So the movie starts out, from what I saw, I got there a little bit late. But these two kids are bullying, and then we introduce to our two main characters, which is a brother and sister. The sibling relationship in this movie is way better than any other movie I've ever seen. Even better than Sam and Tara's in Scream. Like, they actually love each other. They're good actors too. So basically, this one kid's beating up this other kid, and this one kid who's beating him up is like the toughest kid in school, and he's friends with our main protagonist, which is the brother of the group, Finn. And basically, that bully goes missing by the villain of the film, played by Ethan Hawke. We don't know his name because it's never actually revealed, which is quite creepy now that I think about it. So the bully gets kidnapped by him, and then, well, presumably, we don't know what happens to these kids because they're just gone missing. But since it's a horror movie, you can kind of assume what happens. And then the same night, or the very next night, or that night, I can't remember. The daughter gets bullied by the father, who hits her with a belt, and it seems like this happens all the time because she has powers which she can see into the future, and she can see that the guy who kidnaps children has black balloons, and she can see all that. And she does that throughout the film, but the father doesn't like it because he goes, "Your mother had that power. You don't have that power. You're mocking that power," and stuff like that. She always prays to God. And there's one, oh Jesus, but there's one funny part in the movie. She goes, "Dear Jesus, what the fuck?" And it's just everyone in the movie is just bursting of laughter because it's such a little girl. You don't expect her to say that. And she calls her dad, daddy. Anyway, that night, the very next night, the main protagonist Finn gets kidnapped by the Magic Man, who is our villain, who's played by Ethan Hawke. He gets kidnapped with black balloons and then placed in a room. There's nothing in this room at all except for a black phone on the wall, and that's how we get our title, The Black Phone. Now, at first, the phone doesn't work or anything, and then Ethan Hawke comes down every once in a while with a creepy mask on. Sometimes he has a whole mask on, sometimes he only has his mouth, sometimes he only has his eyes. It's really weird. And every so often the phone will ring, and then it's the children who have been killed giving him tips on how to escape. And at the end of the film, all the ways that they were trying to help him escape didn't do shit. It was just to get that guy, the villain, to get him trapped in somewhere and then fucking smash his face in. Which is what he does at the end. But before then, there were some very creepy jump scares in the film. And I don't usually get scared by jump scares, but this time this got me to jump at least 3 or 4 times, which is very impressive for any horror movie to make me jump. Seriously, like, very impressive. I hardly get scared by any of that. But yeah, so I went to the private screening, and it was a free movie, so that's like a bonus. But I would be happy to pay full price to go see it again. It doesn't come out till July. yeah, but one of the great parts of the movie is this girl who, one of the jump scares that got me, she was like folded up and she was pointing to the phone and the phone rang and she told him, oh, here's a lock on the door which is my bike lock, and she wrote the numbers on the wall but they didn't make many sense, like there was no like it was, so it was like 23317. He's like, is it 33317 or is it 223317 or is it 23317? And she's like, I don't know, you have to try them all. He does succeed, but unfortunately they have a dog, and that's when the lock unlocks, the dog goes and then that wakes up the dead sleeping villain, who comes out and basically he yells for help. And he does that in the room, but the room is soundproof. But he goes out, he goes, help, help, and then Ethan Hawke tackles him and has a knife to his throat, so if he says anything more, dead. One of the creepiest parts of the film is this creepy guy who's on the phone. He's one of the children that died, obviously. But his scene was creepier, and it kind of hurt my ears because I was in VMAX, and the sound on VMAX just like blows your ears out. That's probably why most of the jump scares got me. So yeah, and like the kids even like holding his ears, and then the balls burst at him. And at the end, what really cool happens is with the black phone. Now the black phone, it was never connected to anything, and he's listening to them on the phone. But what we see and what he doesn't see is that the ghosts are in the room, and they just have a weird, like telephonized voice, I guess. And yeah, it was really creepy that way. And at the end, after he beats the shit out of Ethan Hawke with the phone, he gives him the phone, even though it's off the hook. Like the phone was a cord, the phone. He cut the cord off, and then the phone rings, and he passes it to him. He goes, "It's for you," while he's still strangling him with the cord. And then all the children say, "Oh, fuck you," and then he like snaps his phone with the cord phone, and it's so cool. And then at the end, the brother and sister reunite. The sister had visions of the wrong house. She had the vision of the house next door where all the kids were dead, and her brother was at the other house. So even though she didn't find her brother, she kind of helped find the other kids to rest in peace. And it was a great twist at the end. So I might need to put spoiler ahead in the title of this. But as of stars, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. If there was some nudes, it might have got 5. No, it was a really great movie. I feel so sorry for you guys that you can't see it until it comes out in July. But if this review helps you get more excited for it, I do hope you enjoy this video and that you like it, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy the Black Phone as much as I did. Alright, Film Geek out.